Hello, everyone. My name is Dawn, and welcome to the Soulful Voices Circle Daily Oracle Card Reading on Patreon. Today is Tuesday, March 28th, 2023. Yesterday, after I finished my recording, it was right after I finished doing my recording, when I looked up at the news that was in the background on silent, and I saw the tragic shooting that took place in Nashville at I think it's the Presbyterian Covenant Church or something to that effect, where three children and three adults were killed along with the shooter. And it really, really affected me in the sense that it's become an everyday occurrence almost, or once a week occurrence, every other week occurrence, where children or human beings in general are being shot and killed. And a large part of this has to do with um, the gun law reform that needs to take place, that a certain faction of our government is not willing to engage in discussions around that. And it has to do with the lack of understanding and treatment for mental health in this country. And when you combine those two things, the tragic end result of some of this is just so sad and really, really taps into our energy fields. Whether or not we realize it, we may not realize that a particular event that we hear about on the news is impacting our energy or impacting how we feel, impacting our mood. We are desensitized to a large degree because we do see so much on the news and in the news cycle. And today, for some reason, they were showing the um, video footage of the tragedy, the time when the shooter entered the building, and video of the shooter walking through the hallways, looking, hunting for people to murder. And I did look at it with a little bit of regret. I actually am somebody who is very strong and who can look at things like this, but it is every now and then it really gets to me anyway. And just to have that going on in our society, the truth of it, and to have this information just constantly flowing at us inevitably has an impact on who we are and our energy field. Unless you are a person who can completely tune it out, who never watches television, then you probably are feeling the effects of these things, whether or not you can put your finger on it. And the reason for this is because we are all energetically connected. We are human beings. We are all energy connected. We are souls in physical bodies that came here to work together and to bring love into the planet. And the things that we are seeing now are counter this notion of love and um, the ability to live in community with each other in a peaceful, harmonic way. And there's so much to this, obviously. There are so many different angles to look at this stuff from. But I could not get on here today and do a video and pull a card without commenting on it and the sadness that it brings to us and how it impacts our energy, how it impacts who we are, and how in many ways it also impacts how we want to serve in this world. What type of human being do we want to be in this world, especially when we see so many tragic things happening every day? And it's not the only thing that happened, obviously. There are many bad things that are happening. There are things that we don't necessarily have um, the ability to legislate. For example, when a tornado comes through and wipes out communities, as just happened in Mississippi, and I think it was Alabama and Mississippi. And so, when there's so much tragedy going on, how do we as human beings cope in society? How do we process the information that's coming in? And how does that information, once it's in us and we take it in, what do we do as human beings in the world? How do we generate ourselves into the world? What is the energy we are putting out? Are we being vessels of healing and love, or are we being vessels of separation and division, um, and not being vessels of love that would be looking out for other human beings and caring for other human beings and wanting to change laws that could help us live together in a more harmonic way? So that I like I said, I needed to talk about that today, and I will be curious to see what the cards do say to us if the oracle does come to us today and talk about love and being together in communion and the connections that we have together. So, with that, we're going to get to our breathing. So, close your eyes now. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. At this time, I ask our angels and guides to come forward, as well as the divine light, to surround us and enfold us with its golden light of protection, cutting off any ties to any lower and denser energies that may be weighing us down today, bringing us sadness and discomfort. And I thank the Oracle of the Priestess of Light, Oracle card deck, for coming forward and providing us with the wisdom and guidance that we need to know and understand today in order to be in alignment with our highest good. And at this time, I send special thoughts and beams of light to those people who are grieving and hurting in any way. And I ask that Spirit help to lift them into the light and to show them the love and compassion that they need to have for their own healing at this time. Let's just stay with that at this moment for a moment. So take a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Okay, I'm going to open my eyes and begin the reading at this time. Alrighty. So, what does Spirit want us to know and understand today in order to be in alignment with our highest good at this time? the cards, right? This is the card. It says Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising, Phoenix Rising. So when we see this card is about energy. It's again about power. Yesterday we pulled the card Summoning Power, and when the Phoenix rises, it really is about coming into one's true self, right? Coming into one's power fully and understanding and recognizing the strength that you hold. So when I think about the events of yesterday in particular, and again, there are events every day that are impacting people. When I think about this is Source coming to us at this time to remind us of our true power, to remind us of the ability we have to make a change, to come into our own, to understand our own worth, our own beauty, our own divinity, and to help us to move toward a higher sense of who we are so that we can bring that love and that light into the world. So again, you see the Phoenix rising, and the Phoenix rising is about bringing light, allowing the bounty, the beauty, the light of your soul to come forward, to emerge into this particular existence that you are having right now on this planet. So let's see, this is number 53. Oops. And it says, this radiant priestess calls out that your ultimate victory is at hand. Her arms and wings are raised in salutation. A new beginning is arriving after a long and perhaps difficult time. In fact, you are about to take the flight of the phoenix and rise above the ashes of some old unwanted fire. So this is again about us rising and pulling up from the ashes of all of the dense energy, all of the darkness that we have been enduring. This fire may have taken different forms: work or finances, relationships, or health issues to varying degrees. It may have seemed like an interminable dry spell, a lengthy period of waiting for change or longing for a resolution. Or the fire may have been much more severe, involving loss, anxiety, and deep grief. There may have been times when you felt the difficulties would consume you. This card is telling you that those times are coming to an end, which to me means that change is coming. And even if it seems like it's not and it's slow, that change is coming. But we are also the vehicles of this change. We cannot just expect change to come by engaging in the same practices. We have to be the change, the voices of change. And we have to rise outside, above our own darkness so that we can bring that light into the world. So we have our own healing that needs to be done at this time. Okay. And it says, this card is telling you that those times are coming to an end. A newfound sense of freedom arises, but don't forget the source of real power. And freedom is always within you. When you find yourself living through a dark night of the soul, remember the presence and truth of your spirit. Your soul's resonant frequency vibrates with divine light that no darkness can diminish. That no darkness can diminish. Which means that we are here filled with light, even when we can't see it, but filled with light. So when these dark things come up in our world, that we can tap within ourselves and be the beacon of hope for others, right? So, in order for that to happen, we need to dig deep within ourselves and find that light so that we may heal what we need to heal inside of ourselves, so that we can bring that beautiful light into the world to help others and guide others who are looking for that guidance. Okay. Okay, so it says, it is only when you obsess about your personal problems that you feel surrounded by loss and limitation. But you must let that false view go. Real solutions arise when you open up to the power of your eternal truth and perspective. So if you're still trying to overcome a difficult situation, or if something has caused self-doubt or a loss of courage, pause to meditate on your own unerring, unending light. For it is this divine frequency, your own soul's radiance, that will finally lift you above old limitations into free, unfettered flight. So, as I read this, there is almost like, if you listen to the news, or you listen to people speak, there's almost a sense of defeat when it comes to these tragedies that are happening. And there's this sense that we are not empowered to make this change. But this here is saying to us that when we tap into that divine frequency, that it will finally lift old limitations into free, unfettered flight. So the limitations that we believe we have, that powerlessness that we may feel in these situations, Spirit is saying that we are only limited to making change when we impose those limitations on ourselves. So we have within us the power to recreate a society that is filled with more love and harmony, that honors people, that does not judge people by their appearance, by their gender, by their sexuality, their religion, right? Their faith, that that looks at us, at each of us, as one with each other, and who love each other and are here to love and live in harmony together. When we don't believe that that vision is real, or that that vision can hold true, then it will not hold true. We must believe that we can hold that. And when we hold that belief within us, it allows us to open the door to the universe meeting us on that path. And I understand that it's very hard to accept this, that there's so much crap out there, that it's almost seems like a foolish thing for me to say, right? Because there's been so much damage and there's so much hate, so much animosity. But until we become the light that we want to see in the world, the light will not shine in the world the way we need it to. So we need to become the light that shines out there, that represents what it is that we want to see in our society, in our world, in our communities. Okay? So, what is it that we can do today, that I can do, that you can do individually to help begin that process or continue that process so that we can serve each other in this higher way? So that is the reading for today, and there is an affirmation that says, I feel the power of my soul radiating outward in beautiful resonant vibrations. Success is coming to me now. So on an individualistic level, of course, you can read this card in your own personal circumstance and say, well, I need money or I need this. And, um, I'm going to envision this success. And that's fine to do that. But what I am focusing on today really is how we become beacons of light for other people in the world. That how do we utilize the light that we've been blessed to have in this world to help other people in their own existence here and how they cope and how they themselves interact in the world. How can I be a support? How can you be a support to other people who may not have learned the coping skills that they need because perhaps of the way that they were raised, the environment that they lived in, and so on? For those of us who may have been able, for whatever reason, to overcome certain things and can share and help to reinforce other people and educate other people, then what are we doing today on an individual as well as possibly on a communal level to help uplift the peace and love and harmony in this world? So that is the message for today. I'm sending you so much love and I'm wishing you a great day. I will see you back here soon. Bye bye now.